There are so many fears that are stopping people from achieving all the things that they actually set out themselves to actually do. So fear in itself is actually a false expectation appearing real. So FEAR, a false expectation appearing real. So I just wanted today to talk about the fear of failure, because this is one of the most common fears for people. It's sort of one that brings a sense of shame that you haven't actually been able to achieve the thing that you've actually set yourself up to actually achieve. And it is one that actually stops people from actually starting a venture or a business or something, that an idea that they have that they wanted to actually do. So it is one of those critical fears to actually get rid of. And in essence, just like a lot of all the other fears as well, it is actually a seeing of more downsides than upsides in any particular situation. And that is actually what causes fear for people. But if you could only turn the tables around and actually see the upsides as well of any given situation, then you can actually start the process of actually getting rid of all these fears of failure as well. So just a number of tips to actually help you to get rid of this fear of failure. Focus on what you can control. There's a lot of things out there that are outside of your control. So it is just a futile task to actually be concentrating on those things, because they are outside of your control. The external environment, it could be government legislation and everything else that is out there. So if you start focusing on the things that you can control, and don't worry and don't focus on the things that you can't control, you can start to begin the process for actually getting rid of this fear of failure. Stop putting pressure on yourself. Give yourself a break. Just be at ease with everything that you're doing, and don't be focusing on all this failure as well. And set yourself those small steps to begin, because everything begins with those small steps. If you don't take the small steps, you're not gonna arrive at somewhere, having taken a lot of steps. So it all begins with those small steps, those baby steps. So make sure that you actually set yourself in the process of actually starting by beginning with those small steps. Celebrate the small wins within that, because that will actually give you that confidence that yes, you can do this, you can achieve this, but also it builds that momentum towards those bigger steps and the bigger progress that you can be. So make sure you celebrate those wins, because you can't drive a car by putting those brakes on. You have to, take your foot off the pedal of the brake so that you can go forward. So give yourself a chance to work out at your full potential, your full wellness, that you can actually get to be where you need to be by actually giving yourself the chance to actually act in your full potential. So don't put the brakes on. Give yourself a break, and you'll find that you will be on your way to getting rid that fear of failure without actually exaggerating the downsides and forgetting the upsides. So make sure you actually put in and understand those upsides as well in whatever venture you do, and you'll find yourself on the way of actually getting rid of this fear of failure. So I hope you go out there, experience, learn and grow, and get rid of that fear of failure by, focusing on what you can control. Don't put pressure on yourself. Celebrate those wins, and make sure you make a start with those baby steps, and you'll be on your way to getting rid of the fear of failure. So until next time, cheerio.